Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is June the 17th, 2020, 26 years since the night of the White Bronco. Strong hand. 2024, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. I said 26, it's been 26 years. I think I said that right. Offended by selling, be a unique beast. All right, dudes. Hello, my elite friends. I'm sure all of you know what you were doing 26 years ago tonight. I do. Were you on the streets of LA? I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. Beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. 26 years ago, I was in the suburbs of Baltimore. Now, and I was just a little one, wasn't I? Now, defiance over compliance. If you've got questions, I've got answers. Type them in there, dudes. Type in BitcoinMeister, do a super chat, get my attention. The backup channel is linked to below. Please subscribe to the backup channel. It's going to be a lot of fun over there. Let's just jump into the news right now. Since the halving, the number of hardcore 1,000 Bitcoin whales, whoa, that's pretty whalish there, have increased. As of Tuesday, the number of Bitcoin whales, as represented by the tally of unique entities, I love it, holding at least 1,000 coins was 1840. So there are only 1,840 unique entities that have more than 1,000 Bitcoin. Unbelievable. That's up nearly 2% from the level of 1811 observed on May the 1st. According to data from blockchain analytics firm Glassnode, the metric clocked a recent high of 1,844 on Monday, a level last seen November of 2017. Okay, dudes. So the hardcore are not selling, all right? They're accumulating, and it resembles the same numbers of November of 2017. Now, we all know that some of those whales, they got weak hands in December of that year. Bitcoin was worth so much. So some of them had over 1,000, dropped it down to under 1,000. Weak hands. They were not thinking 2024. Hey, well, the IRS got a lot of money from them at least. But here's the thing, dudes. Here's the thing. We're not even that close to the next all-time high yet. Okay, we're a day closer to the all-time high, but we're not. We're a year away from the madness. We're over a year away. The madness will be going on October of 2021. Okay, so I expect that number to grow. Okay, the whale number to grow because the expectations are no, we're not at a. That back when the whale number was at its record in November, its previous record in November of 2017, we were at an all-time high. That was an all-time high. We're not there. We're not at all-time high. We're at half an all-time freaking high here. Okay, so you better believe that if they're stacking because of the halving, all right, because since the halving they've accumulated even more. It's going to keep on happening. We're going to get a record number of dudes that have over 1,000 Bitcoin. Maybe it'll get up to 2,000. Who knows? Because they know what we all know, that we're one day closer to an all-time high. They want to be there when we get to that all-time high. Now, sadly, some of them will get weak hands then and sell because they value their wealth in fiat. Hey, that's their personal business. Pound that like button. We know the truth, baby. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. DisruptMeister.com is almost fully operational. It has most of my 1,700 shows there. Please go check it out. And of course, on the backup channel, every Saturday you get a new show called the Beyond Bitcoin Show. But every other day you get flashback shows over there at the backup channel. People have been enjoying them. The Amanda Johnson flashback show just premiered. And I think tomorrow we'll have a Tour de Meester one on the backup channel. And this Friday, of course, on this channel, the main channel, This main channel, you get a new show every single day. Saturday, you get a flashback show here while we do the news show on the backup channel. But this Friday, 1 p.m. Baltimore time, Bitcoin Rabbi, Anders, and Jan of Swan will be on the show this week in Bitcoin, 1 p.m. Baltimore time. Follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt. That's the epicenter of the BitcoinMeister universe. If you're only watching the videos, you're only getting half the stuff, okay? It tells you where to go. When my channel gets taken down, it tells you where to go. I got the BitChute. Everything is linked to below, by the way. And if you go to techbalt.com, TechBalt.com, you can watch all 176 This Week in Bitcoin shows in the history of mankind. The best freaking guest in the space, okay? I mean, if I had time, I would watch all 176 of them again. I never watch any of my shows. Again, I'm just not, I live the shows. I watch them when I've already lived through them. But if I was just some dude trying to learn and I wanted to be exposed to the best freaking space, the best guest in the space, I'd go on a marathon right now, played at 2x, all 176 shows. I mean, you'd see Tone Vays, Thomas Hunt, Ty Zen, all sorts of people. Francis, who else has been on? We got Andy Hoffman and Tor DeMeister. We've had some wild, wacky times with that. Murad, whatever happened to Murad? Well, he had his fund. We talked about that a few months ago. Okay, moving on. But I mean, all sorts. Murad was a good guy. Liked him a lot. Marty Bent's been on the show. They all been on the darn show before. Check out, what is it? TechBalt.com. Best freaking guest in the space. And of course, check out my recent shows on this channel. Spread the word that the channel is freaking back. Some people still think it's on the backup channel. Oh, God, come on. Listening comprehension, people. Reading comprehension. Let's get it on. You got to be a 20%er here. You got to be in motion. Come on now. All right. But yeah, check out the recent shows I've been doing here. They're new. And then you'll see there was a 2-month absence. Well, we all know what happened. But, okay, now, be a unique beast. It's more important than ever to be defiant, not compliant. Now, let's talk about the whole Bitcoin maximalism thing, okay? But some people are really into talking about that. I'm not into such labels. But Eric Voorhees, who, he can have some good tweets, he can have some bad tweets. You got to check him out. I mean, you don't have to agree with the dude. You learn. When you're on the Eric Voorhees thread on Twitter, when you're on his feed, you're learning. So he had a very interesting one today. And I don't agree with this fully, but maximalists see only Bitcoin and S-Coin. I'm not going to say that word because we don't curse here. In reality, there are 4 categories. Oh, tell me, Eric. 1, Bitcoin. 2, Ethereum. 3, other valuable coins. And 4, S-Coins. Now, I'm going to say something. I sort of agree with that. Now, I would not say number 3 is other valuable coins. I don't know about value. There are top tier altcoins, okay? We cannot deny that there are some top tier ones that have been sticking around since 2016, Monero, Dash, Bcash. Well, Bcash came around later. You might not like them. So will they be valuable in the future? Good question, okay? So I want to call them valuable coins. I call them the top tier ones. And then number 4, S-Coins. Yeah, I don't use that word, but there's a lot of tiers there, okay? There are a lot of tiers. Most of them are complete nonsense. That's where the flavors of the month come from. That's the ones that people want me to talk about. Why don't you talk about this flavor of the month, that flavor of the month? That's in the number 4 category, S-Coins. But he says maximalists think 2 and 3, Ethereum and other valuable coins, are S-Coins because they are insecure about 1, which is Bitcoin. In reality, 2 and 3 make 1, Bitcoin, much better. Remain wary of S-Coins. Okay, now, I am not going to categorize, I'm going to not lump all Bitcoin maximalists into the same pile here, okay? But I'm going to say there are some Bitcoin fans that have to lump Ethereum in with just S-Coins, that it's a scam, that it's this, that it's the other. And I have said before, Ethereum is the next Ethereum. You're blind or you're deaf if you don't realize that there are moneyed entities out there that are very much into Ethereum. They're very much into having a figurehead like Vitalik, who's alive, okay? Bitcoin does not provide that. Bitcoin does not provide an alive figurehead. So Ethereum does a lot of things that Bitcoin doesn't do currently. And it's popular. It is popular. There are a lot of dudes working on it. And I know Udi that's his big thing, being against Ethereum. Okay, that's fine. This is where the big boys play. I can take it. Now, I'm saying, and people are like, well, Tron could surpass Ethereum. There are all these other ones that do smart contracts. Whatever, dudes. It's the same effect. There's a lot of coins that do what Bitcoin does too. Okay, it's out there. It's been out there in the wild. It's way above the rest. No one's overtaking it. It's the same with Ethereum. Ethereum is the straight up number 2 there. It's the straight up number 2. So and then the other valuable coins, they're always going to be these top tier. That Ethereum's is the top of the tier of altcoins. There's always going to be those. And so there are some people that are just that just can't take it. They're like, there can only be Bitcoin. So I got to call the other ones names. I don't like that. Or the other ones have to be destroyed. That's not my take on the thing. That's not my take at all. I'm very comfortable with understanding the reality of the world. When I see all these people talking about DeFi and diversification for the sake of diversification into Ethereum, it's just I don't see a world where just everyone worships Bitcoin, or and Ethereum is erased from the history. It's not the next Bitcoin, but it is the next Ethereum. Okay, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Now, Zach Voll's take on this whole thing was, in reality, there are 7 categories. Oh my. Bitcoin imitators, Tether imitators, Ethereum imitators, and BitConnect. Bitcoin maximalists tend to consider everything but Tether irrelevant or worthless. Okay, that's another take. That's another take, and I think there are some Bitcoin maximalists that are like that also. I don't like these categories, but you can call me a Bitcoin firster because I believe Bitcoin is the one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I value my wealth in Bitcoin, but I'm not threatened by the others. And I understand that Tether is this centralized coin that people use to trade into altcoins, and it's not my thing. I'm not a trader, whatever. But I just want to conclude by saying there's nuance to all this. It isn't as simple as Bitcoin and S coins. It just isn't, because there's a whole Ethereum community, all these people who don't fully understand cryptocurrency, who want to pile a bunch of money into Ethereum and into companies that are going to stake their Ethereum for them. And it's different. It's different than Bitcoin. I mean, ask Andreas Antonopoulos. It's apples and oranges, okay? It's going in a completely different direction. It's going this staking thing, this 2.0 non-gimmick, the whole ICO, DeFi, the whole thing. And let them experiment over there. That's not Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the ultimate savings account. It is the digital gold. It is the world reserve cryptocurrency, and you shouldn't be threatened by anything else if you know your Bitcoin. All right. Do we have questions here? Let me see. Someone says, live from the Blue Ridge Mountains. Well, yeah, this is the Blue Ridge Mountains here, definitely. I'm right down 295 from you, Adam, says Ixler Bixler. What are you in? What 295? Because when I think about 295, I think about, I'm from Baltimore. You go down 295, Washington, D.C. Is there a local 295 in North Carolina that goes to South Carolina? A state road that I don't know about here? Ixler Bixler, expand upon what you're saying. Oh, PG County. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you're talking about where I'm from originally, Baltimore. But right now I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. This show is live from Asheville. But, of course, at the beginning of the show, I made reference to being a kid and seeing the white Bronco on the on the television. That was quite a night. That was back then. That was a big event. Now, who could imagine 26 years later what we be going through right now? Wow. All right, let's keep going. But good. Bixler, good that you're in the House representing the state of Maryland. Pound that like button for the state of Maryland. Hopefully I was about to say the state of Maryland. I was about to say Maryland Terrapins. Hopefully they'll be playing football at Bird Stadium. It's not even called Bird Stadium. What am I saying? Did they change the name of it, Bird Stadium? Because I'm sure Bird was involved with who knows what he was involved with. I'm sure it wasn't politically correct. When they rebuilt Bird Stadium, did they change the name of it? I don't even know. My dad took me to see the Terrapins play there once. Okay, so yeah, I've seen college football in person. They got crushed. Now let's see here. We've just gone beyond Bitcoin. Oh yeah, this is important. Play at 2x, people. Alistair Milne had this contest. Okay, he's got a good Twitter feed. I like it. He gets into fake Toshi a little bit too much. But again, you can learn if you just go to people's Twitter feeds and read the whole darn thing, treat it like a blog, you learn. And Alistair Milne is, I think he's probably got 1,000 Bitcoin, to tell you the truth. He likes to talk about yachts and such. But he does something that I don't do, okay? And I disagree with this tactic. He was having a contest for his followers where he gives away Bitcoin. I don't do that. I don't do contests here. We don't do contests where we give away Bitcoin. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's a Bush League. But he can do what he wants to do. And so he had this contest. He's given away one whole Bitcoin. And you have to guess the 12 seed words that are protecting the Bitcoin. And he gives hints. And they've gotten up to 8. He'd given away 8 of the seed words. Now, this is a lesson for everyone. So he says today he woke up to some bad news this morning. The one Bitcoin wallet has been brute forced, which is pretty impressive. They must have rented several GPUs to do it so quickly. I knew I was against the clock, but most people thought it would take a few weeks to brute force 4 seed words. So again, 8 seed words were known, 4 were not. And the 8 were in the order. They were the first 8. So the order was known, okay? Took the hacker just 44 hours to brute force. They paid a huge miner fee, 0.01 Bitcoin. So they were worried about others doing the same and felt under pressure. And someone added, they had to check 1.1 trillion word combinations after finding the first 8 words. So they had the first 8 words, and then they had to try 1.1 trillion word combinations. And they were able to do that. So guys, never give away. Don't split up your seed words. I mean, don't give away any of them. Don't give it away. If someone finds 8 of your 12, this can happen to you, okay? And he's a dude that knows a lot about Bitcoin too. So this shouldn't have happened to him, but it did. Be careful with that, your Trezor, et cetera, et cetera. But again, control your own private keys. Don't give away any seed word. Don't even start it. Don't even play a game like that. But again, that was a game, and it was 1 Bitcoin. He's got probably 1,000 of them, so it's not that big of a deal. But his contest got blown up, and now people are complaining. But the bigger lesson is be careful with your seed words, dude. Even if someone knows a few of them, who knows what extent they'll go to get the rest. Now, Coinbase talks about the Bank of Canada has put out like a jobs advertisement for someone to work for the Canadian Central Bank digital currency project. They clearly are going to make a Canadian digital dollar, central bank digital currency. When they will do it is unknown. They don't seem to be in a rush, but they're hiring someone to work on this project. And they gave a statement that it was, I think they used the word imminent, they're going to do this. Now, again, it's not like having cash, which is untraceable, basically. They're going to be able to trace this darn thing. That's why they're doing it. Now, Canada is like a second tier currency. I mean, it's high up there. It's not the US dollar. It's not the Japanese yen. It's not the euro, but it's right below. And so they're going to do this event. Now, I assume they're just in the very, very early stages, but they are hiring. So there you go, dudes. It's real. And so I say compete, don't complain. Let them do it. 2021, maybe they'll come out with it. Maybe 2022. It'll get lots of Canadians monitored. And the way Canadians are acting these days, they've been pretty compliant with the entire situation with the plague and everything. So one would think that they would, many of them would be compliant with accepting a monitored digital currency. But my buddies in Alberta, I know they'll take that freaking digital currency and turn it into freaking Bitcoin. Because, yeah, man, Alberta, Western Canada, they want to secede. Pound that like button. All right. Now, and I hope to make it up there again soon. Oh, these travel restrictions. But in the United States, you can go everywhere. It's unfortunate that the United States and Canada even has a border. There should be no border. It's ridiculous. But we've talked about that on Beyond Bitcoin shows before. Now, Coinbase is making it easier for altcoins to be listed. They've come out here. They've got a blog introducing Rosetta. Build once, integrate your blockchain everywhere. For developers of new blockchain projects, the Rosetta interface makes it easier to ensure compatibility with exchanges that use Rosetta, which is Coinbase, and can dramatically speed up the time it takes exchanges to integrate with new blockchains and projects' customer funds by ensuring specific security conditions are met. So you use this, you've got a coin, you make sure that it fits the Rosetta specifications, and bam, you'll be easily accepted to Coinbase, it looks like, and perhaps other exchanges that take up this Rosetta thing. Hey, that's their business model. They're going to be like 6-tier freaking altcoins on there soon. Oh my God, you gamblers got to gamble. Halving hype, baby, 2024. But we're still living in the halving hype of 2020 because you haven't seen the results of that freaking halving yet, dude. You'll see. Be patient, people. Long-term thinking. We're stuck. We're not stuck. We're in that 9,000 zone, just like in 2016. We were in that 600, 700 zone. You'll see. Just wait it out, dude. One inflation thing that I forgot to mention yesterday that makes me pretty darn sure we're gonna actually notice it this time around is that basically, well, most states in the United States locked down. There were only like 7 that did not lock down. And even the ones that didn't lock down still had limitations on business, on people doing business. And because of this, in every state in the United States, there are budget shortfalls because they haven't collected the taxes that they thought they were going to tax because they were foolish and they shut down commerce. And if Joe Biden becomes president of the United States, there's no doubt in my mind that he will bail every single state government out, okay? They will just print the money and say, okay, you have this, but New York State, you have a 40% budget shortfall. California, you have a 30% budget shortfall, whatever it is. That's a lot of freaking money, by the way. We're just printed out, okay? So, and I mean, Trump might do something similar at this point, who knows? But that is something to take into consideration. All these states are facing tremendous budget shortfalls. And either they raise taxes on their people, which they probably will do anyway. They can't print their own money. They're going to have to beg the federal government to do it for them. And I'm sure under Joe Biden that it will happen, and probably under Trump too. We shall see. But that's just another reason for inflation, of inflating the U.S. dollar, and why you should have used that stimulus check. And who knows, we might get another one, or whatever it was called, a $1,200 check, whatever you want to call it, on the real thing, on Bitcoin, baby. So if you're in the Bitcoin, you can just sit back, relax with your popcorn, and watch the bailouts happen. And again, some of these states were going to have budget shortfalls anyway. I mean, they did not have to do this. They did not have to shut down commerce in their freaking states. Okay, they brought this upon themselves. They should deal with the consequences themselves. But hey, there's no personal responsibility anywhere. It's the counterculture. The mainstream culture is, oops, I spent. Oh, government, please come and save me. Federal government, print me the money. Wipe my tuchlis. You know how it goes. All right. Let's see. That's the end of the show. Asheville, never been there. All right. Uh-oh, someone. Coinbase will add Decred. I bet they will, but they've been talking about that since 2017. That just gave me a little flashback. There was a rumor about Decred on Coinbase in 2017. I remember that. Oh my God. All right, dudes. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, subscribe to the backup channel. Also, pound the like button, bang that bell button. I'll say hi to you guys in the chat now. Thanks a lot for the support. Spread the word, retweet it on Twitter, TechBalt, TechBalt. See you later.